Welcome, Representative Slade.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the Health, Education, and Welfare Committee. My first beat I served on in 1995. I served on it for 4 years. To be honest with you, I was glad I was off it. They have a lot of tough issues and a lot of issues that you're going to be listening to over the course of the year. And this, of course, is a tough issue. You know, when we really put this bill in and put it in several years ago, it took us a couple of years to get passed. And why it took us a couple of years to get passed is because the governor vetoed it 1 year. Then the next year we came back with 50 some odd signatures and the governor still vetoed it. So we had to come back and override the veto that the governor put into the original medical marijuana bill. At that time we only had one objection on the bill, and that was from the state police. And the state police were very, very concerned about the fact that we had no distribution place for people to get medical marijuana. And I'm not going to run into that now because you have a lot of witnesses here, and I know a lot of witnesses are going to speak on that issue, especially those that are users of it, and they know what happens to them when they go in some of these sleazy areas to get medical marijuana. So I'll leave their story up to them. But right now, we have over 600 patients that have enrolled in the medical marijuana program and are getting the symptoms relief their doctor recommended, with only one big problem. They have nowhere to get medical marijuana safely, forcing them to buy it from drug dealers on the black market. That's one of our biggest problems. Licensing a nonprofit compassion center would solve this problem by allowing a safe, state-regulated place for patients who get their medicine. The nonprofit compassion center would be safe under federal law because last Wednesday, U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder told a Justice Department press conference that ending DEA raids on medical marijuana producers is now American policy. So ending the raids on American marijuana producers is policy now. They will end those raids, which is good for California because they have a lot of places. Currently, a patient with a whatever it is, medical condition can ask their doctor to recommend medical marijuana and then get a license card from the Department of Health. The patient can then grow up to 12 medical marijuana plants and possess up to 2.5 ounces of medical marijuana and appoint 1 to 2 caregivers who can grow it for them. But many patients are unable to grow their own medicine and have been unable to find a trustworthy caregiver. A nonprofit compassion center would solve this problem. The Department of Health would issue up to 3 compassion center licenses to independent nonprofit organizations who meet the strict regulations for security, for record keeping, etc., etc. Then the compassion center could grow and provide medical marijuana for all patients who will appoint the organizations as one of its 2 caregivers. The legislation is reasonable, extensions of the existing medical marijuana statute, and it addresses the major concern shared by patients. You know, last year this bill was in this committee, and as you can remember, the committee decided they were going to change it to a study commission, and our governor vetoed the study commission.
Guess he really doesn't like it.
I guess he really doesn't like this. You should listen to his state police when the state police says that you've got to have a place that really protects the patient as well as the caregiver when they're looking for medical marijuana. And you never know the grades out there when you are looking for medical marijuana, how the grades are. Do I qualify for medical marijuana? Yes, I do qualify for medical marijuana. I have qualified for medical marijuana for the last 6 years. And in my case, I really haven't used it, I haven't applied for it. So, but if you're looking for samples, Jesse, I'm sure he can help you out. So if you're looking for samples, don't come to see me because I haven't applied for it, I haven't got a card. Do I intend to? Eventually, if I need it, I will eventually get it. But I think that it's compassion for those people that are out there, that over 600 patients that are now using it. They need a safe place to go. And let me just assure you that there's over 50 signatures on this bill when I handed it in. So we do have the votes on the floor, we're not concerned about that. Our problem is that we must make sure that we can get this bill out of committee. If we can get it out of committee, Mr. Chairman, and not turn it into a commission, we can
That
seriously
obviously didn't
deal
work
with
last
that.
year, so.
I know, we saw what happened last year when we turned it into a commission. The commission was vetoed, so. But that's my story. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer